I'm back. All right. A lot of people, I just have to share this one because a lot of people say, well, you own a seed business. That's kind of cool. How did you get into the seed business? I'll be real honest with you. It was just by chance and by God. At the time, I had a landlord. I own my own house now, so it's a totally different story. But at the time, I had a landlord, and I was giving away free marigold seeds. This was back in 2010. If you remember, our economy wasn't doing really well. The moral of our country wasn't doing really well. And so I gave away free marigold seeds. It's, it's just a gesture. Giving away the marigold seeds is funny on its own because I started doing it. I was hooked up with a bunch of different plant swap groups. And in the plant swap groups, we brought people in any way we could. And I got a plant, you got a plant, I want yours, you want mine, we swap. No big deal. If you got a bunch of little plants, you can swap for a bigger plant or whatever, So I started doing the marigold seeds to try to draw people into my seed plant group, which at the time was called Seven Valley Plant Swap. And somehow, I have no idea how, it ended up going all the way out to like California and getting put onto a news station that, hey, this guy over here is giving away free seeds. I don't know how that happened. I have not got a clue. But it ended up on their news. And it went from their news to, I got reached out to by Women's Day magazine, I think it was. And they did a write-up about it in their magazine, where they actually told people how to come to me and get free marigold seeds. And then it went to the Human Flower Project. Human Flower Project said, we want to do your story. Can you send us some pictures and share your story with us? And I'm like, yeah, I can. I had a lady give me some marigold seeds that were called colossal marigolds. These things were freaking huge. I mean, we're talking anywhere to 1,500, 15,000 seeds per plant, depending on how many flower heads they put on them. And they put a lot, and the heads were huge. And because there were so many flowers, I didn't want to throw the seeds away, so I just started cutting the dead head in the plants as they were growing and just throwing them into dish pans and putting them into my greenhouse. I think I had probably 20 dish pans or totes, fish totes full of flowers drying out in the greenhouse. And I decided I'll just give everybody, 20 marigold seeds for free. Come join my group. Well, after it got into the magazine and after it had been done with the Human Flower Project, I had to reach out and start buying marigold seeds. And I didn't just shoot for like French marigolds, which are the little ones. I went for the biggest ones I could find. And I got hooked up with some pretty good seed companies doing it. My landlord came to collect the rent. And at the time that he was there, it kind of blew his mind. Because in my living room, I had a wall of mail totes going this way. That was incoming mail. And I had a wall of totes this way that was outgoing mail. And he was like, what the hell's going on? So I gave away marigold seeds and people were just kind of loving every bit of it, and it's pretty cool. And he's like, dude, I don't know how many you're giving away, but I can tell you this much. What I'm seeing right here in this living room right now, do you realize how much money you would have in your bank account right now if you sold every one of them packages for $1? And I was looking at the numbers and I'm going, well, we're going to give away 10,000 free packages. Well, yeah, you're right. That'd be like 10 grand in my bank account. Wow, okay. Never really looked at it that way. And it took me about 2 weeks, I think, to register the business name, get everything set up, register the website address, get it all going. And I was like, okay, yeah, this might work. and I started out with the 18 most basic varieties of garden seeds that anybody could start with. I mean, I had Market More 76 cucumbers, beefsteak tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, black zucchini, squash. I had a cabbage, but I don't remember which cabbage it was. But anyway, I had 18 of the most basic varieties of seed that anybody could possibly start with. And within 1 week of getting everything up and running, and I had the worst website money could ever consider. I ran it out of Zencart, I believe it was at the time, and it was terrible. It wasn't a good website at all, but surprising to me, it was good enough for people to want to start buying seeds. And like I say, within about the first week, I had a farmer, probably like a market farmer, put in an order for 135 packages of seed. I was overwhelmed. I thought I was going to have a freaking heart attack. It was just like, what? That's a lot of packages of seed to be putting together. And I was doing it out of a little tiny closet in my house. It wasn't even a room. Well, originally it was my area for my computer. And I had finishing nails beat into the wall and little packets hanging off of the nails. And when they ordered that, I was like, oh, something just changed. Now, if you go back into my history of videos, you'll see I now have an official seed house. The official seed house is 14 by 32. It's big enough to house a lot of people. But I went from that little closet to taking over the biggest bedroom in the house, of making that my seed room. And got hooked up with a corporation called Crisis Education. Before them, I did it for another corporation. I don't remember who they were, but it was another part of the crisis organization conglomerate anyway. And things just blew up. Totally blew up. Crisis Education was 40,000 packages of seed, or $40,000 of income rather. I don't know how many packages of seed it was because I gave them a really good discount. My postage fees were $22,000 for 3 months, so it was a pretty good, it was a large amount. But that's how it started. And they thought, well, we've created your business. No, actually you didn't. This business was already running before I met you guys, and it's going to run continually beyond you guys. So no, you didn't create the business for me. Yes, you did help me out, but you didn't create my business. Now, we're pushing 300,000 packages of seed. But we don't just sell seeds. I keep looking for other venues and stuff. I do t-shirts because I own Midline Graphics. In my last video, I actually was wearing my own Dollar Seed t-shirts that I do here. That's done with sublimation printing. This one here is done with heat pressed vinyl. I actually like this one. This was one of my favorite ones, and everybody's going, yeah, you survived Cuomo. And at that time he was still in office. They're going, you didn't survive Cuomo because he's still there. You gotta be there after he dies, or after he passes away, or gets voted out, or taken out, or whatever. And I'm going, yeah, well, I dealt with COVID. I dealt with Cuomo. As far as I'm concerned, I beat both of them. But anyway, I just want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up about what created the business. And right now we're up over, I think we're close to almost 300 varieties of seed now. So to give you an idea, you just got to look for the markets. And again, we're not just doing seeds anymore. Now we're doing soap. We're doing essential oils. We're doing cutting boards. My wood shop, charcuterie boards, and we can customize anything for anybody. I mean, private label or whatever you want. But the thing is, you got to figure out where you're starting at and what you're going to do with it. And once you reach a certain point, you got to really reach out and get yourself a damn good accountant. I mean, I'm going through paperwork, and I just realized I've been telling you guys all this time that my accountant was well over $4,000. My accountants were well over $6,000. But it's worth it to me because I don't have to worry about the IRS beating on my door. And that's number one. If you're going to play the game, you gotta keep the shame, because if you let the IRS into your life and you owe them a lot of money, which I do right now, and I've been fighting it for years, and I'll continue fighting it till the day I die. But you have to have somebody on your side to back you up, and your accountants, your lawyers, your tax advisors, those are the only ones that are ever going to help you. So that's a very, very big thing you got to put into it. Anyway, that's my rant. Hope you enjoy it. Talk to you later.